Hello and welcome back to Blood and Smoke, and indeed, look at what we have here. We have Mr. Vang Vayag, the Grey Falcon, and he has actually leveled up, so we are going to be speccing his 250th level crossbow perk. And the funny thing about this is that, do I actually have? I do. Oh, okay, I picked Terra. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember actually picking between these two perks. But yeah, obviously we have picked shots here. I have no idea what does that even mean? What does picked shots mean? I don't know. Anyway, the point is, +5 hit points to ranged troops in your party. For me personally, I think 5 hit points is a little bit too low. For me, in my opinion, you know, I just don't think 5 is really going to do that much. However, if you take a look at Terra, plus 25% morale lost enemies due to crossbow kills by troops in your formation. This is fundamentally one of the most powerful things about this particular perk, just because if you make this guy a captain of the crossbowmen or the musketeers or whatever you're using basically in this mod, then you will literally just drive the opponent away from you extremely, extremely quickly. And that is exactly the reason why we're doing that. So we're also going to be getting him a point in athletics, and indeed, as you can see, we are now going to be attacked by a significant force of enemies. Now, obviously, here's the thing. I'm going to try, and this is what I wanted to try kind of explain here. I'm going to try to be as, well, basically taking advantage of pretty much everything that I have available to me, because without me doing that, we're probably going to end up having a huge problem. As in, we'd have to play completely differently. I would not be entering the siege defense to begin with. Many of the times where I've had this kind of situation happen in the past, either I managed somehow to get them to run away. You know, sometimes the AI is a bit random in that respect. Sometimes they run out of cohesion, or they run out of food, or any of these, any number of things that they could potentially have happen to them. Or, you know, either they do that, or they were too strong, and I basically just left. I just left the fief, and then the fief got taken, and then I came back and retook it. That is also a potential thing that could happen. And the reason why I'm actually mentioning this is because obviously we do have blunderbusses, right? And obviously, I think someone said in the comments that the blunderbuss is very strong, very powerful, and yeah, I agree. Absolutely, it is powerful, and in general, is extremely powerful against enemy siege equipment. That is the main thing that we have to take away from this, because that's what's actually going to win us the battle most of the time. But now that's the point. We have to choose, because obviously as the player, we have all of the agency, right? So what does that mean? Well, that means we have all the choice in the world to do whatever we want to do. And that means that if I'm, you know, for example, if I'm deciding to run away from this situation because I don't want to use my blunderbuss against the siege engines, then, well, then we're not going to really enter any siege defenses, and it's going to be kind of sad. I mean, I guess I could make a minor alteration of our choices, and we could, you know, not... Wow, that guy just got absolutely blown up. We could just decide not to use our blunderbuss against the siege equipment, and then, well, then we are not going to have... Well, I mean, then we're going to have a very hard time defeating them, I suppose. So, I don't know. It very much depends. What do you think? I don't know. That's the point. Do you draw the line at a certain point, or do you just use everything that you can to achieve victory? For me personally, I would use everything that I can here, just purely because it's available. You know, it's part of the game. I have you know, I've afforded this myself. I literally bought this with the money that we've made in the game, and we're actually, you know, doing a pretty decent job with it. And well, I kind of find that quite fun. I actually quite like that. I think that's pretty fun. Obviously, if it's not your thing, then that's obviously, you know, completely and utterly up to you. I just find it amusing to be able to deal this amount of damage. Because usually we don't get that opportunity, right? Usually we don't have that. Usually it's more of a case of us just basically being like, oh, yes, well, we're going to have to, I don't know, slash away at these fellows for a significant amount of time, and it's going to be difficult, you know? It's going to be difficult. Okay, so wait a second. What's actually going on here? Are they actually getting inside? If they're actually getting inside, that's going to be quite funny. It doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like the gate is open. No, it's not open, clearly. Oh, they're actually running away. All right, so there you go. We managed to obviously destroy the siege equipment, and then they ran away, and we get to take them prisoner. I actually 100% believe that this particular mechanic should probably be changed a little bit. I'm not talking about the fact that the opponent runs away if they have all of their siege destroyed or anything like that. I think that that is perfectly acceptable for them to have as a behavior. But my main concern is the fact that they get taken prisoner, because all intents and purposes, if you think about it from a realistic perspective, are we actually, or should we say, is a defensive force actually going to be like, oh yeah, I'm actually going to run outside here. I'm going to run outside here after the offensive forces. It just doesn't seem very practical. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem super practical for us to do that, because we're inside the walls. We'd have to open up the gate. We'd have to run out there really quickly for us to be able to get behind them. And then even so, we would be shuffling out in sort of like a bottleneck situation. So we would be, well, kind of weak in that respect. We wouldn't have a particularly good formation or anything like that. So it kind of boggles the mind, or should we say, begs the question: what is our course of action going to be in that respect? I don't think it's very realistic to assume that we're just going to automatically take every single one of the Lords prisoner. Don't get me wrong. I think it's actually really nice that we have, that we have the opportunity to be able to do that, because obviously it makes my job a lot easier to defeat these guys, because as it stands right now, it's basically just us, right? It's just us against the opponent. So yeah, it is obviously going to be more difficult. Let's see if these guys decide to go in for a sally out. They are not going for a sally out straight away. Okay, that's going to be kind of interesting. Let's see if they actually decide to, if there is a vassal that wants to come along and interfere. Alright, so yeah, there is actually a vassal that wants to interfere. Constalia is deciding to attack us here, and yeah, for me personally, I don't think this is going to work out too well for her, because what we're going to do, and this is a thing that I'm going to hope actually happens, is we're just going to stand here. That's it. We're just going to stand here and just let our forces do the damage that we know that they can do with their wonderful cannons. As you can see, look at them, firing off their cannons into the opposing forces, and we will just bombard them. We will literally just continue bombarding them like we are right here. I'm not going to move my forces. I'm just going to move them a little bit closer, actually. But that is all we're going to do. And then we're just going to shoot a couple of them ourselves. And we're just going to kind of keep our forces in this positioning. Because what I actually found out, at least in looking at the editing in the previous episode, is that we actually did much better when we basically just held position and not did anything aggressive in any way. Just holding position, let the enemy's forces basically just pretty much just kill themselves. Just kill themselves against our cannons, because they're running in, and as you can see, look at the massive bombard. Look at the damage. Look at that damage that is coming in. And that is just purely because we are holding position in a relatively advantageous position. This is a super nice position for us right now, because the enemy is all kind of, like grouped up really well there. And that really makes a huge difference. I mean, you can very clearly see that. It's just making all the difference in the world. So much so that we may, in fact, be able to force them into a retreat. It feels to me like a retreat might actually be happening sometime soon, amusingly enough, because we have reduced, I would assume at least, we can't really, we can kind of see that actually. If we take a look at the morale Look at the morale at the top there, on the left. It's actually really, really good. When I open the scoreboard, you can actually see the morale. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, there we go, okay. Yeah, I kind of wanted to do a little bit more damage, but unfortunately the enemy does decide to kind of focus us down quite dramatically, but I need to stay alive if we want our orders to continuously be listened to, because obviously if I get eliminated, then auto-delegate's going to come in straight away, and that's going to be very, very harsh. But yeah, that just goes to show how easy it is for us to get eliminated. But I'm kind of hoping that we're going to have a retreat on our hands here. There we go. Take out that guy. Thank you very much. If we can eliminate the enemy vassals as well, it's going to be even easier for us, because they generally do tend to provide a significant morale increase. So I'm hopeful that we're actually going to be able to continue bombarding them. It does seem as though we're actually... I mean, look at this. Our morale is insane right now. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm just going to speed things up a little bit. Are they actually going to retreat? No. They're coming back. As you can see, they're coming back. We might have wanted to retreat here, but the problem with retreating now is that my own HP is too low. So I wouldn't be able to go back in, which would be very, very unfortunate. Nice damage. I don't want to get too close. I don't want to get too close. So that's the reason why I'm being super, super careful here. Let's see. Yeah, I need to get closer than this, though. I really, really do. I'd like our cannoneers to actually do something. Are they actually out of ammo? It feels to me like they might be out of ammo. Okay, I'm just running through those guys. Let's tell our guys to charge in here now. I think we should be a little bit aggressive this time. Nice, nice. Okay, can we reload a little bit quicker, please? There it is. I think that's actually it. I think we may, in fact, have this in the bag. If... maybe not. Maybe not. The enemy is actually starting to get reinforcements, which would be really, really problematic for us. I mean, we... Oh, no, never mind. There it is. They... That is hilarious. Look at that. Okay. Yeah, so obviously, there you go. We managed to actually fight them off. We got 100 influence for that, 148 renown as well. And we're also able to take every single one of these prisoner. Yeah, that was actually staggeringly good. I was very, very surprised that we actually had any opportunity to do it. But as I said, I kind of looked at how our performance was in the previous episode. And I was like, wait a minute. Actually, if we just hold position here and we just let our opponents come to us, if they decide to come to us in the first place, because that's the point. If they don't, then you're going to have a problem. Then it's going to be an issue, because then you're going to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to have to move over to our forces or over to the enemy's forces, and then it's going to be extremely awkward because the opponent is going to have your... should we say, it's going to have your position a little bit easier to target, and they're going to be much more difficult to eliminate from that, you know, because otherwise they would be running into you. You see, you want them to be running into you every single time. Unfortunately for them, they decided not to do that. So yeah, we're going to get another 53,000 from this. I'm actually going to do a little bit of something, just place a little bit of money in here. And we're going to be stopping this. Thank you very much. And let's put the festivals and games on until the loyalty has, should we say, stabilized a little bit. And speaking of loyalty, I'm actually going to go and we're going to be making something else happen here. We're going to go for this. Sacred Majesty is extremely powerful if you are the ruler. Obviously, if you're not the ruler, then, well, then you're going to get a little bit messed up with that. But, you know, that's just how it has to be. We're also going to be going, well, we should probably not go for Senate right now, but we should go for settlement loyalty increase. Let me see if I can get Imperial Towns. Yes, I can. Let's get Imperial Towns right there. Once again, Imperial Towns, if you are the ruler, is insane because you get 1 loyalty, 1 prosperity. And towns held by non-ruler clans only lose 0.3. So it's not actually that bad if you have a bunch of vassals. So, you know, it's not going to be super, super terrible for them. Anyway, I only have 68 remaining now, which is kind of unfortunate, but, you know, it's just how it goes. And we're going to have to... Yeah, we're making 5.7 influence every single day now, so that's pretty nice. Let's see what happens with the amount of vassals that are potentially going to be attacking us now. Because I actually have no clue how many of them we actually have taken prisoner. So we're going to have to do something about that. Let's just get rid of a whole bunch of our food there. And let's take a look. Okay, so obviously this is what we have. It's a very small section of territory, but it's kind of... Well, I'm kind of proud of it, you know, to be honest. I mean, considering the fact that we started with a very, very small amount, and we've actually been fighting pretty hard to get it. Unfortunately for the opponent, of course, we have superior firepower, of course. But yes, let me see here. Okay, yeah, so we're going to be once again going for Terra, and this guy's gotten 225 in medicine skill. Really, really nice. Let's level up his... level up his athletics, I guess, a little bit more, and then we can finally get him his 225 medicine perk. What do we want? Well, the thing with Fortitude Tonic, this is what I find a little bit strange about making a companion your medic, because the thing is, look at what's going on here. If you take Fortitude Tonic, this doesn't do anything for your party at all. And you may be thinking, well, actually it does, because it, you know, adds plus 10 hit points to other heroes on your party, but that's not how it works, because this guy, Iltus, he is not the party leader. If you were to take medicine skill with your own player character, then you would be the party leader, and that would be working. So for me personally, I would love to see Fortitude Tonic actually work for both the party leader and as a... I don't know, just a generalized skill. Because as it stands, it doesn't actually help us. Like, for example, this should be Surgeon, in my opinion. This should be part of the Surgeon party role, so that it actually benefits your other companions. Because as it stands, it doesn't benefit anything. You see? If I take it on this guy, it doesn't take it on anything. Same thing here. Minus 50% chance to die when you fall unconscious in battle. Cheat death. I am going to take the cheat death, but it's kind of useless for me personally, for Barney. It's kind of, you know, not really going to do that much. It is going to help Iltus to survive a little bit, so that, you know, if if he does fall over in battle at some point or another, it's going to be a lot easier for us to kind of recover from that, because let's face it, we don't really want to lose our wonderful medic, do we? No, we don't want to lose a medic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move away from Danustica right now, and yeah, we should be getting an insane amount of loyalty now as well. Lavinia is under siege. Actually, not under siege. They're just raiding it. Okay, shouldn't have to really worry about that. Let's have a look at Odrysa Castle. 435. I mean, technically, if we were able to achieve victory against Danustica's garrison, as well as a bunch of vassals that forced us into a sally-out situation, we should theoretically be able to handle other sally-out situations in exactly the same way. Unfortunately, I really haven't got a significant amount of time to really assess how a siege offense actually goes.
Stop that. Who are you?
I think we've only had one opportunity to really do that, which is kind of sad to me, to be honest, because we're getting a situation like this where we just get vassals attacking us, and sometimes we get a sally out and sometimes we don't. But for me, I think they are actually just trying to delay us. I think that's what they're trying to do right now. Okay, so once again, let's take a look and actually see what we can do. This is a very flat battlefield. Not a terribly big fan of it. However, there is a bit of water. Okay, that's kind of useful, I suppose. But yeah, let's actually just see what happens here, because I need to just spread out our forces a little bit here, and then just, not sure whether I should tell my tell my cavalry to follow me or something like that. I don't know whether that's particularly useful right now, but yeah, I'm just going to put them over here. Oh, we don't have any cavalry. Oh, okay, wait a minute. We don't have any cavalry. We just have horse archers. Okay, so let's just put these guys here. There we go. Okay, that's actually fine. And let's just speed things up a little bit. Okay, yeah, so here you go. The cannoneers are starting to fire off, obviously. And what I primarily really need to do is I need to eliminate the enemy's cavalry. We cannot have our forces just randomly focusing them. We need to make sure that they're focusing the main globule of units, because if not, if they start focusing cavalry all the time... Whoa, look at them. Look at the actual volleys that are going on here. This is insane. Okay. That is very, very nice. Let's see if I can maybe do something here. Can I please reload? Okay, that kind of worked, I guess. Yeah, no, we should be okay. I need to... Yeah, I was kind of hoping to do a little bit more than that. Okay, let's switch on two-handed. Oh, nice! It actually worked. Wow. Okay, that was kind of unusual, but yeah, there you go. I think that is actually a victory for us almost instantaneously here, because these guys literally just got bombarded by our cannoneers, and I didn't even have to do much. I've only gotten 3 kills. Yeah, wait, no, 11 kills. Sorry, I was misreading. Wow, it actually crashed. Oh, okay. That's kind of rare. That's kind of rare. That doesn't usually happen with Blood and Smoke. So yeah, it must have just been some random thing going on here. But yeah, I'll be right back. All right, so I'm actually going back to Odrysa Castle here because I was like, okay, let's give it another go. Let's see what happens, because I'm almost certain that the opponent is going to interrupt us here. But with this particular random event, I might, just maybe, have the ability to increase our siege progress by 15% and maybe even finish it. Ooh, very close. Okay, let's see if they decide to go in.
Halt.
And once again, it is literally 0.5%, or what is it? 1%? Yeah, 1 or 2% away from finishing the siege camp preparations, and then for us to be able to go inside. Yes, that's a classic, isn't it? That's a classic. And that's exactly the reason why I do feel as though we need an engineer. I think that's it's a no-brainer nowadays. I feel like you really just need an engineer, because otherwise you're going to be getting this situation that I'm in almost every single time. And I must admit, it is a little bit frustrating, you know? It is a little bit frustrating to get that, because ideally you want to be able to, you know, have fun, do whatever you want to do, go into the sieges and so on and so forth, but obviously the AI wants to prevent you from doing that. And, well, if they can eliminate a significant amount of your forces before you manage to go into the siege, then they, I suppose, are hoping that that will prevent us from capturing it. Which is obviously a problem. Now, my main issue right now is the fact that we have a significant amount of enemy cavalry, because the cavalry are inevitably going to force a little bit of a, well, a little bit of a half and half decision here, because, well, my cannoneers, thankfully, do seem to be focusing on what I want them to focus on, which is, of course, the majority of the enemy's forces. I'm actually just going to put these guys into an auto-delegate so that they can skirmish. But yeah, generally, they do seem to actually be focusing what I want them to focus on, which is the majority of the enemy's forces. But sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes that is not the case, and they decide to, you know, just randomly shoot some you know, cavalry over and over, and it doesn't really help us that much. So yeah, I'm kind of pleased that they're doing something nice here. Let's see what I can do here. Yeah, that did not work out. Okay, yeah. Loads and loads of damage being done here, though. And I believe this could very well be a retreat once again. I don't know whether that would be the case, because the enemy's archers, as you can see, are extremely spread out. I kind of feel like changing to my two-handed right now, but I probably shouldn't do that just yet. No, maybe I should. I don't know. I mean, as it stands right now, look at what we've done. The enemy's morale is plummeting right now. Or as they used to say it in the old Star Wars Battlefront 2 game, The enemy's morale is dwindling. Or what did they say? What is it? Not morale. They didn't say morale, I don't believe. Did they? I'm not sure. But I can just very specifically remember the Empire voiceover. You know, the guy that would go, yes, the Empire is victorious, or something along those lines. Just remember it in exactly that kind of tone. It's actually quite funny. But yeah, anyway, shall we charge? Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Probably not the best idea, but I'm going to do it. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, so as soon as we charged, there's the victory. Okay, so 36 renown, 38 influence. Not even good. Not even a good amount. It's actually insane. Wow. Okay, I was actually kind of hoping for a little bit more than that, but no, we're not getting particularly lucky. And I will... yeah, Grenadiers. Not a terribly big fan of Grenadiers, to be honest. I will take some of these, I suppose. Take some of those, and then that's it. Yeah, we're going to be going in, obviously, in just a moment. And we're going to see how it is. Let's see if... can I get lucky? Can I get lucky? I might be able to. Yes. Okay, there we go. We finally have a siege camp. Oh, that took a while, didn't it? Yeah, that took a massive amount of time. Let's increase his endurance by 1. And let's go straight on in. I'm not going to even bother to create any siege because otherwise we're going to be attacked by some vassal somewhere and they're going to stop us once again and it's going to be annoying. But yes, thankfully we should be able to do something very nice here. And I'm talking about taking down the gate, of course. Taking down the gate. So, this is a relatively similar layout to what we had previously. Boom. Yep. I love it. Oh, what? What actually happened right there? My horse just went slippy time all the way down the little hill here. That's hilarious. That's exactly what we wanted, isn't it? All right. Let's go here. Boom. And hello. It's exactly the same layout that we had previously. That's actually quite funny. I think I got shot and killed here really, really easily beforehand. So I'm hopeful that we'll be able to do something a little bit less self-sacrificing this time around. It does seem to be working out quite nicely, though. Yeah, there's a load of enemies over there. I wouldn't mind bringing out my two-handed, actually. But the problem with that is that I am immediately going to get swarmed. Pretty sure, right? Yeah, probably. Let me actually just go down here real fast. Okay, we're going to get off our mount. And we're going to go for a little stroll. Hello there. I have a two-handed axe and I am ready to murder you. There we go. Okay, let's try and level it up as fast as we possibly can. I don't know... Oh, wow. Okay, this is bad. Oh, dear. Yeah, this might be a problem. I'm running extremely fast. Is that just me? No, I am running really, really quickly here. Nice. Nice support from our forces right there. Literally bombarding our position. I'm not sure if they were trying to kill us. Maybe they were. Okay, no, we're fine. Don't get killed now. Oh, well, there it is. We got absolutely slaughtered, unfortunately, but I think we are going to be able to achieve victory here. As you can see, we've already eliminated 200. There's only another 200 to go. And there they go. There it is. All right, so we did manage to... Wait a minute. No, it's actually not a victory just yet. But I suppose relatively soon, once they find the remaining stragglers. And yes, indeed, there it is. Okay, so we did manage to do it, and thankfully... What? Look at that! 352 renown for that victory, just purely because obviously we didn't take down the walls, we didn't do anything like that, and we managed to achieve victory despite, well, despite everything. So very, very nice. Unfortunately, we don't get any rescued prisoners. It would have been kind of nice to shore ourselves up a little bit there, but yeah, you know, that's just how it goes. And we are just going to take all the loot there as well. So let's just show mercy, wait here for some time. Obviously, thanks to all of our loyalty increases and things like that, the loyalty of these particular thieves are either going to be remaining completely neutral or they're going to be increasing, which I personally think is fantastic. As you can see, this is remaining completely neutral. Someone actually also told me, by the way, in the comments that the owner culture penalty has been eliminated in the most recent beta of Bannerlord, which I have to admit, that is very exciting. I'm actually very, very happy to hear that, because as I said to you before, I personally think that there are many other ways that loyalty itself could be manipulated, and I think it's kind of nice that it's not just an automatic -3. I think there could be many more things that could be done to affect that, like I said beforehand. Let's go for thick hides. Yes, let's go for thick hides right there. Look at that. +5 hit points to troops in your party. Yes, sign me up. That is super, super nice for us. And we're going to get 200th point in athletics here. We're going to go for control, of course. There it is. Yes, that is absolutely perfect. And indeed, look at that. We've, Lavinia Castle is actually under siege right now. I'm not sure how effective he's really going to be attempting to take that, but I'm assuming he has quite a large army. So I wouldn't be surprised if he manages to take that almost instantly. I mean, you can see here, if we take a look at the kingdom screen, look at the difference between us and this. Look at us. Oh my. Okay, yeah, our total strength is absolutely hilarious. This is... yeah, I don't even know what to say, really, because that is just absolutely terrible. Yeah, the Azraya obviously doing the best. Vlandia is looking really cool, actually, with the sort of like dark gray background. Looks cool. Looks cool. I think they have a cool color palette. Anyway, let's make our way over to Lavinia, and I will see. Can I actually make it there in time? I am having a herding problem. Ah, okay. Yes, no, Lavinia has just gotten taken. I mean, this is obviously the problem with having a very low amount of other vassals helping you out. And there's not much I can do about it, unfortunately. So we're going to have to do what we can to just take it back and see what happens. I mean, yeah, there we go. I've actually reduced my herding now. So let's have a look here. Ah, yes, there's the army. Okay. Do they want to fight? They do. They do want to fight. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I'm not entirely sure why they would want to do that, considering we just managed to take a very, very significant fief from them. I mean, it's not a town or anything like that, but we managed to take something that was heavily defended. So let's just spread our forces out here relatively nicely, and then just get these guys over there. There it is. Okay, so all I'm going to do is, once again, I'm just going to wait here, because they have... yep, they have the agency here, because they're the ones that really want to attack us. We don't really care about attacking them too much. So all I'm going to do is just kind of stick around here, and we're going to see if we can get some nice value out of it, because of course the enemy is going to be attacking us with everything they've got. I'd like to eliminate these guys just now. Nice. There we go. And can I get a little bit more? Yes, I can. Look at that. Okay, our cannoneers are actually starting to come in. And that's it. Yeah, that is a game over for them right here. And they literally had nothing. They had nothing on us at all. There was pretty much nothing they could do. Once again, it literally just seems like if we just hold position, allow the enemy forces to come to us, we will most likely, that doesn't always happen, of course, but, you know, we're just going to say it, most likely we will achieve victory in those situations. So, pretty cool. I like it. And we will otherwise be able to go over to Lavinia and actually see what's going on there because, oh, they placed a pretty significant garrison in there, unfortunately. So it is going to be somewhat problematic for us to take it back, but I will be able to do that. I'll probably do that off screen or something because I don't really want to go through the, you know, the siege again because you've already seen it, of course. But yeah, otherwise, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.